be still asking me questions. I be telling them, look, what I figured out about all this shit that y'all be doing, especially, most of it is made up for one. But you can't prove it. You can't prove that we from Sirius. You can't prove that dolphins talk to people. You can't prove none of this shit. Y'all just saying it. And that's because y'all done heard somebody else say it, who maybe they probably would have been able to prove it, but you ain't even you ain't been able to see them prove it, so now you just out here running saying it. And look, you have to understand we're running out of time on it. That's damn near everything. I'm gonna show y'all how. While we waiting on Riverman. Damn, bro, you supposed to be at the fucking river by now. What we doing? I came here to talk about nature and how this nigga's supposed to be the Christ. All right, comment some shit that the spiritual community teaches, and we're gonna do rapid fire, and I'm gonna show you how that shit fake. It's gonna be super quick answers. Comment some shit that you learned from the spiritual community, teachers or leaders or any of that. I'm gonna show you some shit, and I'm gonna show you how niggas ain't proved that. They just saying shit. He was span on the tall lady that spoke for Trump because it'll fly over a lot of heads. She don't seem human. That was me expanding or expounding. Yeah, she don't look human. I was gonna tag you in that song yesterday. What song? Comment some shit you learned. Vibration is frequency through telepathy. Vibration is frequency through telepathy. No, neither one of those are the same thing. And they only use vibration and frequency because it sounds mystical. Nigga, that's just regular shit. Everything is vibrating, and that causes the frequency occurrence. It's the rate at which something is vibrating. That's it. But what the fuck does that got to do with telepathy? That's a cap. What else? I'm going to manifest a car. No, you ain't. You ain't going to do that. No. What you going to do is you're going to go get you some money, and then you going to go buy the car. That's not manifesting. That's you. It's motivation. Say it the right way. Just say I'm a motivation. I'm not going to manifest. I'm going to motivate. Just start saying it right. Niggas get motivated. They start writing shit. This is how you do it. Write some shit on a piece of paper. Put it on your wall. Then what? Then you got to go get up and get some money. All right, what you say? What is law of attraction? Law of attraction, you got to meditate, breathe in deeply. You go just believe you can. Then what you got to do? You got to go get up and get some money. You got to go get it for yourself. What else? No, I thought of this exact car, and then I got this exact car. How you doing? I went and got some money. Then I went to the dealership. I said, I want to look at that one. They let me test drive it. I know the rest. I know how the fuck cars go. I'm the only one who know how cars go. Nigga ain't manifest no damn car. You can. Do it right now. Just tell niggas to do that. They gonna hit you with every limitation. No, it don't work like that. It doesn't. Because that's not manifestation. Then stop using that word. You didn't manifest anything, nigga. You thought about some shit, and then you went to go get the shit that you thought about, but it existed already. That's why the fuck you was able to think about it. You didn't manifest it. What the fuck have you actually manifested? I am manifesting an infinity. What color is it? Blue. You talking about this one right here? Yeah, how did you know? Because they already got that. You didn't manifest that. Now you just want to go get it. You just want shit. Niggas just be wanting shit, right? I manifest me a nice green suit with shoes. They have those. I saw it on the way here. Just go get it. Well, I don't have any money. That's what it is. Niggas just be mad because they don't have no money. And then they want to get somebody else to influence them and encourage them that you can just think about the shit and it'll happen. And then like manifestation doesn't work. Not in the way in which you're saying it, because first of all, that ain't that. You're supposed to be, you're motivated to get up and do something. Change your life through action, not thought. Through action. And then it happens. You know what I'm saying? Even when you say the law of attraction, what's at the end of the word? You got law of action. That's all. Just take that shit out. Just start teaching niggas the law of action. There you go. I just gave you something. It ain't out there. I gave it to you. You're welcome. Somebody can write a book on it. I don't even need it. I got other stuff to do. Teach the law of action, nigga. The fuck? Take that action. Take that out. You don't need it. It ain't did nothing for niggas. Niggas are, oh, it's the law of assumption. I can just assume that, bro. All that shit is a lazy mentality. get up and make things happen. You ain't gonna think it into existence. You can think it and then go get the shit that need to be done. You can do that. Ain't no rules against it. But nigga, you're not finna just sit there and think and then a car pop up in your driveway. It's not reality. And then niggas say, yes it is. Tell them do it. Tell them do it right there. And tell them, like, you have to tell them do it right there. If not, they'll say, give me 3 days. And then you're gonna go to sleep. They're gonna text somebody and say, I need you to pull up in this particular car at this particular time. But the magicians, that's not real science. I don't teach manifestation. I teach visualization. When you can visualize something, then you can tangibilize it through action. Because you know, all right, in order for me to create, okay, think of this. Think of visualization like drawing a picture. In order for you to draw the picture of the car that you want, you have to still know what the fuck the picture would look like or the car would look like in order to get all the dimensions and everything. And then depending on what type of artist you are, you may draw an abstract. You may go into the shading and sketching, telling what you'll do. But you still have to draw the picture. If you don't draw the picture, the shit ain't gonna pop up on the canvas, correct? Or on the paper. All right, it's the same thing with real life. You don't just think about the car. You gotta know the steps to make the car actualize in real time. Am I missing anybody? I mean, I can do a million different examples of why the fuck manifestation is a scam. That's crazy though, right? Because people grew up listening to motherfuckers talking about manifestation, 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 all on YouTube. Yeah, and all y'all viewed it, correct? They made a lot of fucking money. Everybody in here remember them folks. Spirit Science and all them. Them folks made a lot of fucking money off you just watching some shit talking about, ooh. Let me guess, the video was colorful. They study psychology. The video was colorful, wasn't it? Yeah. Don't be ashamed. It was colorful. You talking about some, ooh, I can think about things and then it just be there. And then you start thinking about shit and then nothing didn't be there. Then you start getting mad at the world and next thing you know, you want to be a revolutionary, so you up on the Rashad Jamal. Get off YouTube. That's what happened. YouTube. Get off YouTube. Now you want to kill the world because a fucking car didn't pop up in your driveway. Somebody lied to you. It went from one lie to another lie to another lie, and just kept going. It's like, when you want the truth? The truth is, family, go back to when you was 5. When you remember you first got on the computer, when your mom told you to go to bed, but you got on the computer any motherfucking way, you should have did that. Because when you did that, you started just looking at so much shit that was colorful. Next thing you know, motherfucker telling you could just create shit. Go back to that day, start over, and don't get your ass on that computer thinking that that's going to teach you about life. And go outside and get off the game. This shit crazy, nigga. Now, like, bro, ain't no guys created shit. Look at what I'm saying. All these guys, what did Nature Boy create? I'm patiently waiting. What did Nature Boy create? He created confusion. Circles of confusion and delusion. Somebody was on this live talking about some, we live in nature. Da 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 da. We do what the masters do. Da 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 da. What? I said, you stay in the house? They're like, yeah. I said a 5-bedroom house. But I'm not him. Or then he ain't teach you shit. Because he taught you some shit that was supposed to have elevated you to a certain degree that motherfucker can't touch that. And you saying he taught you to live off the land and not in no fucking house? Why is you in the house? You should be your ass out there in the tropics, Cancer Pass, whatever the fuck she was talking about. Then, no, confusion was caused. And more confusion, and more confusion. Nigga called himself the Christ. This is saying he was claiming to be the anointed one, meaning that's it, article, definitive. The, like, a or an, the Christ, meaning no more messiahs exist. You are the one that exists. There is no one else to even consider, not even those who would be considered to be chosen themselves. Just the one. Now, everybody the fuck knows who in the stories is supposed to be the Christ. is the one that's referred to as the Son of God, or Jesus, the Christ, or Isa el-Masih, Jesus, the Messiah, Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus the Christ, the anointed one that was chosen to guide all of God's people. Nigga, you're just doing Christianity in nature. Niggas just doing Christianity and couldn't afford a church. It's just Christianity outside. It's like, bro, it's literally Christianity outside, naked. I mean, just keep going. It's Christianity outside, naked, with fruit. It's still... It's Christianity outside, naked, with fruit, and a baby carrier. Christianity outside, naked, with fruit, and a baby carrier. 97 degrees. I mean, nigga, ain't shit changed. It's still Christian shit. But you beat these folks up so much y'all to whip past these Christians. You could have just stayed Christian in the AC. I mean, you could have just stayed Christian. Nobody said you had to do that. Now y'all worshiping this man. I don't even, you know, all Joseph society is sad. Y'all worshiping a man. Or you could have just said Jesus is Lord and left it alone. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never heard of Jesus stripping. And it's just like, I don't think people would like take to the story the same if that was the story. Like, what the hell God sent his son down here doing? The fuck? Nuh-uh. Don't want to nail me to the cross. That's some saucy Santana shit, ain't it? Nail me to the cross. Cross. What the hell? That's real. We're so easily manipulated by anything that seems different. Because you want different. And you want manipulation. Why? I don't know. I think human beings aren't satisfied with the fact that they have a brain that works. They want to be tricked. It's like that lazy factor of, I don't want to use my own brain. You see? That's why the Spinoza model and all this stuff is accurate. Of how people just believe something they told immediately. Bro, take all of the decoration off of it, and you'll realize what the game is. It's just survival and money. They're not going nowhere. Everybody have a problem talking to me. They can't even decide. Like, it's niggas that still claiming to be New Wabians still can't talk to me. Because they don't understand I'm not a believer, because that's what I was taught. And it works. And motherfuckers can't comprehend that. They're like, nigga, you must believe something. No, I don't believe nothing. I don't believe anything, let's be clear. And I don't have to. Faze, don't you believe you're on live right now? No. Faze, do you believe you exist? No. You know what I mean? Somebody asks you, so you mean you believe in yourself? You mean, do I believe myself? Like, do I think I can do it? Yeah, I think I can do it. But no, do I believe myself? Like, do I think I exist? No. I think that the blurred lines and the fine lines on the quantum level are what allows me to think that there is an existence of I, with all the electromagnetic repulsion of touch and sense and all of those different things that allow for the discrete units to exist that make me think reality is there, would lead me to believe that there is a such thing as me. But I don't believe that there is a me. So I'm not sure. I don't know. You could be looking at something that's a complete program, a projection, and they just didn't program with me knowing that. So I can't tell you whether or not I am. I could be glitching out. Ain't no telling. I'll tell you one thing, because this is fun. I have this ability, and you could disregard it, but I have this ability, like how I'm lining up my fingers to this line right here. I have this ability to line up with the precept of time. So I do know when things are going to happen. I don't know how. I know how long people have in my life. They give me X amount of time. And it happens on seasons. And most of the time, it's between the winter and the summer solstice that most things shift. I know how long I will be in a particular mold. I know how long I'll be in a particular mold. So it's like, I don't know how, like, but I can look at something and see the program and how it's being recorded and say, this is going to turn into this. Or I can detect something is going to happen based off of something that's happening around me. Something so simple. It don't even have to be nothing deep. Sometimes it's just so simple. I'll see something like a leaf fall out the sky and say, oh, some storm's coming. And then the storm comes. But I'll talk out loud so other people around me, they hear me say, oh, the storm about to come. And it don't come like in weeks. It'd be the same day or the next day. I say, did I just tell y'all the storm's coming? And no, I didn't check the weather. It's just, you know what I mean? It's just shit like that I noticed. So I don't know all why the hell they got me here, if I'm here for whatever reason, but I know for one thing, time is my specialty. So I keep my eye on the clock. I can see time like a motherfucker. If somebody blinks at a certain rate, I can see 5 days ahead based off them blinking. And I'll know what they'll do in 5 days based off of how they blinked. So damn, there ain't nothing surprising. Like I said when I was young, I said it ain't nothing that's surprising. You gotta look into my song called Stones on SoundCloud, Phase One The Done, Stones. I said it ain't nothing that's surprising. Like I can see everything. I could tell y'all was moving right now, but y'all ain't gonna be able to understand it. So something I really wouldn't say because it'll be like, won't be the point of me saying it because they're not gonna understand it yet. So what I do is what the masters do. I record most of the shit that be moving in my music, and I put it out in the music. And then I talk in a whole different direction, send people in a whole different direction, misdirection, pointed direction, this direction, that direction. But if you listen to the music, I'll be damn near saying every motherfucking thing that's going on. Right? Like, for example, they have a plan to try to assassinate Phase One. And it's not coming from one place. But there is a very specific zone in Atlanta that got a problem with Phase One right now. You see what I'm saying? You got to watch what I'm saying. Because I'll get a note, what you call it, like a inclination, right? Or I'll get a message internally. You can say it like that. Or a thought, for those who don't understand that type of degree. I have a thought in my brain and say, hey, look, listen to, oh, go watch this. Go look over here, see what's going on. Hey, send your people over here, send your people over there. So you have to understand, I got infiltrators in all the zones. That's why I was knowing why so much stuff was moving throughout the years. Because people be over there infiltrating for me. And niggas don't look like they with me. They look like they with y'all. But that's how it's supposed to be. And anybody been around, you know I have the capacity to do that. So they'll let me know what's moving. Say, hey, look, they got this going on, this going on, this going on. And then I'll go and check with certain people who I know involved with it to see if they know what's going on. And I just recently did that. And the one I checked with, he asked me about the shit 3 months ago and said, yo, what's going on with this, this, and this? I said, well, you know, that ain't nothing. That's just that, you know, situation, da-da-da-da-da. That's just me putting things on record, da-da-da-da-da. Listen to me. I come back around and say, hey, yo, what's going on with this situation? What do I need to know? He responded to me until I asked, all right, so, but when it comes to that, what I need to know? Then he never responded. So I already know what's going on with that. So I pick up on this, pick up on that, pick up on that. All right. So then this is what you have to understand. For those who can hear me, because I like putting things on record. Tupac knew, you hear me? He knew that they were out to take him out. Tupac had a voice that was powerful. So powerful, I don't know. For example, he could say, we don't rock with this song. Everybody go to this person's page, tell them, hey, we ain't with this, to the point where the person got to turn their comments off. That's a powerful voice. So powerful, he'll pop up where you don't expect him, right? You don't know he coming, and he'll pop up. And now, you aren't as prepared as you would have been if you knew where he was going to be at a certain time and position, right? Because he just popped up. But the way he popped up is, I know who y'all affiliated with and what's moving, what's going on. I want you to see me first before any of this go down. I want you to see me first. I want you to see me and a few of mine first before it go down. Now, the ones you see that are with me are not the ones who will handle what need to be handled. I just want you to see that we can move wherever we go at any given time. Are you listening? So that's what I did. Popped up, showed my face, and then moved. And I did that a few times over the last 2 months, sometimes alone. And what I tell you, they see me in person, they look like they seen a ghost. It ain't the same like on the internet. Internet is a lot of theatrics. When you see someone with this much soul, I don't need tattoos all in my face. I don't need all that, you know what I'm saying, this and that. Nope, I'm just going to show up. I had on this garb. This is my garb. This is my uniform. I showed up in this garb, equipped, and everybody around me equipped. And I went to specific people to let them feel my presence. And they don't understand when that happens, there's no going back. Now you have met me in person. You're not coming after someone who's just the internet person. Now you've met me in person. And I walked up to about 5 of them all together by myself. So everybody who was with me, I said, hey, y'all stay back. And I walked over to them and shook each of their hand. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? What's your name? Oh, okay, cool. All right. Yeah. No, they don't stand in 9 hours if I tell them to. Da. We good. They good. Da. What's going on with y'all? Y'all straight? Yeah, I'm out here to show love. Da. And I was. I'm just letting y'all know. So the situations at hand are as follows. Tupac knew, y'all, that they were coming. He knew that there was something out for him. Now, what was Tupac's danger? Back around to it. He had a powerful voice, right? That when he spoke, shit happened. And he wrote laws. And when he did that Hit 'Em Up song, for one, it fucked up a lot of these niggas' emotions. Not to mention the fact that nobody could fuck with him anyway because he was really like that. But it fucked up a lot of motion. So niggas started to get desperate because of that. Let me give you an example of what desperation would look like and why it may happen. Nobody knows that a particular person is from a particular place and comes from a particular background. Then someone else comes out and says, hey, look, I know where you're from because you and I are from the same place. So not only do I know that, I'm going to write a letter and I'm going to put it out there and everybody's going to see it. And once that happens, it becomes what's referred to as public domain, the information. That information starts to spread and people branch off with it. Some people want to act like they're the ones who discovered it and they'll never credit who came out with the information because none of you motherfuckers knew that. But that doesn't matter because the master doesn't care about whether or not you're going to give them credit. All they want is for the work to take place. And so your names start popping up in bigger locations, bigger places, and it's spreading all out across the board. Then you might go on an interview. Who knows? And somebody might bring up this person because this person is cutting so much the algorithm that now the people that's in your circle have to ask you, who is this person? Stay with me. So when this person on the interview asks you, who is this person that's going around saying they know you and da-da-da-da, so what, dude, I can't think of a name. I'm not saying you would, but if it were a situation, you might slump all the way down in your chair to the bottom. Right? And you might make a statement. I don't know what the statement would be, but if it were to be a statement, it would probably be somewhere along the lines of, man, don't say that nigga name. It could happen. I'm not saying it did. I'm just saying it could. Don't say that nigga name. And then the response might be, I ain't gonna say a name, I'm just saying who is it? And you might be like, I don't know who the fuck that nigga is. I'm just throwing out stuff that's random because it can happen at any given time, right? Okay. Long story short, you go home with that on your mind. The world might move on, but you thinking this nigga is starting to get over into the business. He fucking up the money. Tick, tock. When a nigga start fucking up the money, a nigga has to make a business move. an executive move. And the executive move might be, hey, look, here go the situation. Whoever do it, this your situation. Okay, it ain't gonna be the motherfucker that's perplexed or stressed or in a situation. It'll be the motherfuckers who trying to prove something to the motherfucker and trying to gain whatever the fuck the motherfucker will be trying to put on the table to say whoever did that, that's the situation, that's what you get. See, when you put out a hit, it's not like the movies, right? When you call a person and say, yo, I need this handle. That's TV. You put out a hit by being in the studio and somebody's name come up and you already have a system. So the system is, that's a problem. 3 words, that's a problem. And then you go back to doing whatever the fuck you were doing. That's a problem. Right? Okay. So then you wouldn't really be saying much, but to everybody who know what the fuck moves need to be made whenever shit need to go down, you said a lot because you already know what the fuck the words are. This can happen in a few different directions. So then the talks happen. When the talks happen, people start taking their hands off. Stay with me. So shit you probably would think would go down or things you might be waiting on to happen probably ain't gonna happen now because people start taking their hands off. Why would somebody take their hands off? Because once somebody hot, somebody hot. Stay with me. It was his voice. Tupac's voice was tearing their shit up. And somebody was like, we got to do something about this. Did he do something about it? Who knows? Did he? I don't know. I wasn't there. However, I do remember Tupac talking about the war between, y'all ain't hearing me though. Y'all think I'm just on live. Y'all think I like attention. I do remember Tupac speaking about the war between the devils and the angels. And the ones Tupac was up against was called the bad boys. They're the ones who go out and slaughter. Because they are of their father, the devil. You with me? They were the killers. They were the Illuminati. They're the ones who bragged about doing the murders in the cities or in the city. Right? Because you got the father drill, then you got the baby one, then you got all the other ones who around them that are listening, trying to figure out how to fuck this nigga know this. And then you have the unseen behind me who asking me, what's the situation? And I say to them, hold on. So let's get this clear. On record, for the record, let the record show. Tupac had a voice that they were afraid of. Now, there are levels to this thing, and you may not understand it, so you'll have to hear behind, but hearing behind, but hearing behind. One of the levels is called a decision, and I choose to send each and every one of you to hell if it has to be by my own hand. That's just my choice. You can't tell me I can't make that choice. I choose to send each and every one of you who would ever move to try it. I choose to send you to hell if I have to do it myself with my own hand. If I have to personally remove you from this place, I'll choose that because Tupac was killed by y'all. Nipsey was killed by y'all. Pop Smoke was killed by y'all. A few of the angels who came through here was killed by y'all. I want the record to show it ain't gonna be that way this time if I can help it. And I'm in position to help it. So Tupac was taken out by one of the main bad boys. All right? Diddy the Devil. Tupac was taken out by one of the main bad boys. Now, the main bad boys hung with Jacob York and them. Jacob York is Dr. York's son. Dr. York's son set up Dr. York. So Dr. York was set up by one of the bad boys who pushed the conspiracy. They literally had an album called Conspiracy. Junior Mafia, not the original Mafia and not the original Man Mafia, all right, or the Mafia that people wouldn't even thought to be the Mafia because they didn't move how the Italian mob moved, but the Italian mob feared them. They were referred to as Ansarullah. And Ansarullah took over parts of New York and Brooklyn that these Italian mob motherfuckers was supposed to be running. They had a problem with it, but they couldn't do shit about it. Stay with me. Because if it's a family thing, it's a family thing. La Familia, Mafia, family, however you want to say it, says. It's still what it is. So it would be the only one who wouldn't be subject to whatever come would be the one who would be family. Everybody else, anybody else that think they are double, then they might be ready to go home. Anybody else who think they demons, they might be ready to go home then. So when I say something like you're about to see something, June 16th, I'm coming out with missing persons reports. Stay with me. When I say things like, because all of this is still tying around to the war that's taking place for those who have the ear to hear between God and the devil, right? The good boys and the bad boys, right? The true Illuminati or the new Illuminati and Satan's or Shaitan Hasatan's Illuminati, okay? The real true light and the bad fake light. See, so that's the war. So when you see me making mention of the war in the music, just understand what it is that I'm speaking about. If you can read between the lines, right? Because some people might take one route, other people might take another route, and I don't know nothing about anything. All I know is you niggas better whisper. You say my name, and you're going to regret it for generations. Because I'm going to take what you're saying to heart. So you better keep it at the whisper. Like you bitches been doing. You better whisper my shit. Because I'm telling you right now, just as all the ones who in position listening right now, say my name if you want to. And you ain't going to know what direction it's coming from. Because I'll give the call. Say my name. Play like it's just going to be some back and forth, all that drill, all that. Play with it. And you ain't going to, you thought Hit 'Em Up did something. Say my name and it ain't going to be safe for you nowhere. You'll know who you're dealing with then. And what? Let them build a case. Tell them take their time. I know the gears of justice turn slowly. Tell them take their time. Because all I did was made a song. Say my name, though. I'm telling you now because I watched so many fall. And I watched Malachi be taken down by his own son. I don't watch people go down. I'm not going out. I'm just letting you know. I'm not going out. I done already talked to my mom and say, look, hey, I ain't going. I ain't going. Let these motherfuckers say my name. Say it loud. Don't whisper, bitch. Say it loud, and I'm going to show you a war like you ain't never seen. You ain't never seen this shit, I promise you. I'm going to show you a war. What you going to do with a nigga who don't got to ask forgiveness? Because I don't believe in no God to ask forgiveness to. What you going to do? Then you can't go to no barbers, nigga, the E5 niggas under me. All these shots do their thing. I leave them alone. Them the only ones who will be validated in the conversation. You motherfuckers is little. You're not no sons of Ogun, Oshun, Shango, nobody. Nobody knows who y'all are. You really cut off. Don't let me go to the West End and show my face to the barbers. Then you'll know who you're dealing with. But say my motherfucking name. Since y'all niggas having conversations in the background, say it out loud, and I promise you, I'm gonna hit everything around you first. I want you to feel it first. I'm gonna hit everything around you first. And then you. I ain't doing all that cheap shit because I want you to take all the trauma with you to hell. I'm going to hit everything around you first. Don't even do that. Don't even play like that. Everything around niggas getting hit. This who you dealing with. I'm going to show you what happened when super positive tap into the dark. I'm going to show you some shit. Yeah, this ain't Tupac in the 90s. It's phase 1 in the 90s. I'm going to show niggas some shit. Why? I'm telling you something. Let me tell you something. Yeah, because all that talk about what some shit being said, niggas, first of all, let's get this clear. What I said was true. So if a nigga got a problem with it, why he can't address what's being said? What I said was true. Nigga got a problem with this shit, why you can't address what I said then? But look, I'm ready to die behind this shit. Who think I'm lying? I'm ready to die behind this shit. Who think I'm lying? I'm ready to die behind this shit. Who think I'm lying? Who think it kept? Who think it's a game? I'm ready to die behind this shit. Who think I'm lying? Who think I'm lying? I'm ready to die behind this shit again. What you saying? When I came out there, I seen niggas. Yeah, I saw y'all. I know who niggas is. You don't know who I am. You know about my presence on the internet. I know each and every one of y'all niggas is. I walked past a nigga who was all that trying to set some shit up in the parking lot. I seen that. I walked right past a nigga, said to the niggas around me, I said, neutralize any hostile immediately. Nigga ain't do shit but just look at me. Look. Go ahead and look. But you heard what I said, right? Walk right past it. Neutralize any hostiles immediately. Stand your ground. You niggas is not no bullies. And you ain't got the love and light one. You ain't got the love and light one. Say my name and I'm going to end your world. Say it. Now you can't say it. Now you can't send a threat. Now you can't. Now you can't because now it's credible. Now it's credible. Now you can't say shit. Do it though. You can do all the little sneak shit. You can do all that little sneak shit. I don't give a fuck about that. All that little, we'll catch the content creators. Y'all can do all that. I don't give a fuck about that. That don't get no respect. All I'm going to do is just take that as a threat that you ain't want nobody to know about. So when I see you, I'll take the threat, but I ain't going to put it out here to let it be known. But say my name, though. Say my name. I'm going to activate every zone. It's going to be on fire. Y'all ain't paying attention. Atlanta already cursed. Every time you turn around, some shit blowing up in Atlanta. The zones is hot. Spirits moving through this bitch. You gonna fuck around, step off your porch and not make it home. The shit already hot. Don't make me turn my attention to your zone. We already done wipe this shit clean 2022. You motherfuckers ain't learned 2022. Your zone already got fucked up. A few of the zones. Because we said, hey, look, this war for real. Call it content if you want to. This war. We done fought y'all a few times. Well, bitch, you got the right one this time. You got the right one this time. I'm gonna tell you like I told y'all last time. You got the right one this time. We done fought you a few times. You got the right one this time. You got the right one this time. What I'm supposed to do, y'all let me know. Lay down and let these motherfuckers kill me? Nah, I'm taking each and every one of them out first. First. Don't play around with this shit. Cause I know niggas want to live their life. I know niggas got kids and shit. I know y'all want to be, I know y'all niggas want to be put up where y'all put up at. Don't play around with this shit. Cause only one to escape. And that's only cause it's a family thing. But all y'all other little niggas, I'm gonna show you some shit. I know you think it's just me. I'm gonna show you some shit. I'm gonna press a button. That's what I'm saying. Is it clear? You can move however you want. I bet you I'll see you before you see me. That's how I move. I ain't in Area 51. But I bet you I'll see you before you see me. And let this be a message to all God's children. Let this be a message to all Michael angels. Don't ever back down. Don't ever stand down from this shit. These niggas swear they demons send them to hell. Don't ever back down. And don't take none of that shit. Nah, we'll clear you. We'll clear you. They want to swear they drilling and killing and all that. Okay. Even the scale. Even the scale. Nope. Even the scale. I'm telling you what it is. We ain't taking no threats. Boy, you better not mean mug in my direction. When you see me go the other way, or be ready. I told y'all they don't play with that shit. Don't ever need me on. Then you gonna try to make it a unit? Y'all niggas trying to team up to do this shit. I got you. Everybody who hear what I say, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised because you don't know who on here. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. That's a done deal. That's a done deal. Don't be surprised. Nah, we lost a few people. We lost a few soldiers. And a lot of the soldiers we lost was because of the heart of man. When you come in here, you got two different hearts you could choose. You could choose dark, you could choose light. Not many are centered. So a lot of men can't take a life because of that. A lot of men can go to war, but they really can't take a life because of that. So they killed a lot of our agreeables. Listen to what I'm telling you. I'm telling you the story. And they always do that shit. They kill the agreeable one because he can't take a life. Because he done chose just this agreeable thing. Nigga, I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle. I ain't never, people that have been around me, seen me in action. All the times I done got in action, the shit didn't wind up being a real situation. But I was ready and prepared as if it was. The shit that I done seen. And then I be looking at it like, okay, like I told my mama a long time ago. I said, ain't none of these folks really no problem. I know how to play this shit. Ain't none of these folks really no problem. I'm just trying to keep this shit to a certain level. Like, if we can't get that shit situated, it gonna be a problem. I'm letting you know. Cause I done tried to reach out to OGs, all that, say what's going on with this, that. Nigga don't want to say nothing, I can't do nothing. Cause I did the right way. Going to these folks saying, look, I'm hearing about this and that. What's the situation? All that. Don't ever stand down. When it's time to go to war, go to war. You know what I'm saying? They give you a threat, take it, make it a credible one. And go to war behind it. That's what I'm saying. They mistaken. When they hear you talking about guns down, when they hear you talking about all the peace and all the shit, they think that's because you grew up just seeing all butterflies. No, because I seen the detriment of what this shit do. However, all that, it get wicked outside, stay in the house. Wicked ain't never scared God. Wicked ain't never scared me. So just be ready. If the shit blow up, I'm just letting y'all know. But what I told y'all, this ain't the movies. It ain't gonna ever be no situation where they say, oh, they done got up on bro. Who this is at the door? It ain't never gonna be no situation where they say they done got up on bro and bro just went down. So I just want to let that be on record, on the record, let the record show. It's a few on that got that shit going on. But I'm telling you, if you start seeing these rappers disappear, just know what I said. all bets off. Just know what I said. You start seeing these rappers disappear. You start seeing them get on cruise ships and the ship going in the water. You start seeing these folk hop in the car and don't make it home. But stop playing with this shit. Y'all played with this shit before, and I hexed you in front of every motherfucking body. And damn near every zone lost niggas. Don't play with this shit, because you can't go to Barbers. Y'all were going to spiritual advisors. Remember I told y'all this shit? They were going to spiritual advisors trying to see what the fuck, hey, what going on, I know y'all niggas, most of y'all niggas want to be EFI because you think that make motherfuckers scared of you. EFI is a small degree when you're dealing with warlocks and sorcerers. Nigga, you don't know what the fuck you talking about. But what I said, hey, watch. A lot of these niggas finna fall in the industry. Niggas say, what the fuck the nigga Fade talking about? Remember them Clubhouse days? I remember because I was there. I said, oh, we just lit this shit on fire. Just watch. Yeah, all right. 2 days later, boom. Another 2 days, boom. 3 days, boom. Then it went back to back, boom, boom, boom. I said, yeah, y'all didn't see that? Yo, Fade, they were coming to get me. Fade, you saw this shit? I said, did I tell you that what happened? But no, that ain't over with. Watch this. The whole 2022 was on fire. Whole 2022 leading up November was on fire. I said, maybe they'll listen then if we hit them. Hit the ones that they cherish. And maybe they'll listen and understand that this shit is fucking our communities up. And if it's fucking our communities up, then it's fucking the planet up. Because our communities sit on top of the planet. And if it's fucking the planet up, that's where we come in. Natural order must be maintained. Do what you gotta do, we gonna respond. I have permission to take you out. Naturally. I got permission to remove you if you think you're gonna be a problem for anything we got going on. Because we only get a limited amount of time. Call me the devil, call me whatever you want to call me. I don't give a fuck. I won't answer the phone. But it's gonna be different this time. Didn't I tell y'all that? I said, I'm gonna get past age 25. I got past age 25, but they were trying to take me out back then. And what's so interesting, when I turned 25, a nigga introduced me. Say he has a shit called Alter Candy, whatever the fuck the shit was. They tried to get me to perform for Tupac's 50th birthday anniversary. They called it 50 Black Roses. It was weird. I saw the shit and I was like, that's a little weird to me. But I was like, all right, maybe I'll do it. They paid me. They'll pay me 300 something, whatever the fuck they paid me. So they sent me a deposit. I said, all right, cool. How long y'all want me to do the performance for? You can do a 30-minute set, whoop, whoop. All right, cool. I'll see what's going on. It got to 2 days before the event. And my mama pulling cards. If you don't know what pulling cards is, don't worry about it. Mama pulling cards and she like, Omari, she said, every time I pull this card, I'm getting death. I'm getting, you know what I'm saying? Destruction. She said, I don't want you to think I'm doing it just because I'm your mama. She said, you need to go in and ask them, should you do this show? I said, I got you. I hear you. So in my room, I had at that time, we was standing Hidden Branch off in Jonesboro, Noah's Ark Road, Noah's Ark Drive, where I ran into a few niggas like 24 heavy the rest of the man. So I had a room with just an altar in it and a love seat. And I went and I wrapped my hand around, or my prayer beads that I got from the monk, so 108 prayer beads around my hand, and I locked my hand in the wrap or the beads up to the altar. And I went under the altar. And I took in my deep breath. Now, it was definitely Noah's Ark Drive. Yeah, Noah's Ark Drive. No, yeah, Noah's Ark Road, Hidden Branch Drive. You can look the shit up. I thought it was crazy that we was out there. And we went through Falcon property. That shit was all, everything was saying, it's all a part of the story, I'll tell you that. Anyway, I get under the altar and I take my deep breath. And I lock in. And then I go into the trance state. Where it's like in between stages, you can feel the warping and shit. Like you're trying to stay awake. That's the best way I can explain it. And when that happened, I saw myself at the stage, on a stage. It was a small stage. It was like an outside looking area. Saw myself on the stage, and then I heard, fa, 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 fa. Right? It felt holes in my chest. You could feel the holes. And then the holes start filling up with liquid. All this happening while I'm laying out with the hand wrapped up to the altar. And then when I first heard the sound, I tried to lean out of it because it made me uncomfortable. But some said, no, lean into it. So I leaned into it and I could hear louder and clear than gunshots. Pop, 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 in my chest. Pop, 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 wherever it was, it was close range. And then I snapped back here. When I snapped back here, I said, yeah, I can't do the show. So all this documented because the person who introduced me and tried to get me on the show was Brother Blue Pill, I think it was. And I hit Blue Pill up. I was like, look, yo, I'm not doing the show. He was like, what's going on? I said, yeah, man, I'm getting a message telling me they trying to take me out today. So I can't do the show. He said he said he was feeling something about it too. He said, well, listen to your spirits, da 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 da, woo, woo. And then I sent them voting the money back, and I didn't do the show. I told everybody, I said, I'm gonna make it past 25. Was I turning 25 that year? I might have been turning 25 that year. It might have been. I might have been turning 25. No, I don't think I was turning 25 that year. I was supposed to be, I turned 25 with 2024, somewhere shit. Either way, I told everybody, I said, I'm gonna make it past 25. I said, but they don't want me to make it past 25 because then you're gonna break the code. Code was they killed Tupac at age 25. You see? And he kept saying 7 days, 7 days, 7 days. He departed your plane on September 13th, right? I think that was 1996. 7 days in between September 13th and September 20th. My birthday is September 20th. I was birthed 1998, September 20th, right? And if you don't understand it already, I have the soul of Tupac. I'm not saying I'm Tupac reincarnated. I don't have to say that. I'm saying if you don't get it already, I have the soul of Tupac. And that's why I was telling y'all, my father told me he met Tupac and was supposed to give him the book, Who is God, which is what my name Omari translates to in Swahili. He never gave Tupac the book. He said he saw him on the train, and for the life of him, he couldn't understand why he didn't give him the book. He said Tupac was happy. He was in Atlanta. He said he was happy and walking, and you know what I'm saying? But then people walked up on him and wanted autographs and swarmed him. He said after them people departed, he said Tupac looked drained and got on the train. It was just them two on the train. And he had a book, because you know Pop's books, Dr. York, what we call Pops, Dr. York's books was damn near this big. They could fit in your pocket. He said he had a book in his pocket, Who was God. Didn't give it to him. And then he said a little later, time passed, and they were having some party or some gathering, whatever it was. And the dude, Tupac, was on the TV saying, if everybody's so goddamn worried about me, why ain't nobody came out to help me? Da-da-da-da, woo-da-woo-da-woo. And my dad said he broke down because he was told that Tupac had passed away. And he broke down. You know what I'm saying? Thinking he could have helped him because he said he looked into Tupac's eyes, and Tupac's eyes said, yo, help me. And he didn't help him. So he said he beat himself up for it. He had a nervous wreck or a nervous breakdown because he realized what Tupac was saying was directed to him. If everybody's so goddamn worried about me, why ain't nobody came out to help me? And he met him and I said, why didn't you give him the book? He said, I don't know, man. It could have been ego, it could have been whatever. I said, I don't know, man. I didn't give him the book. He said, I don't know why. He said, because all the Jay-Z's and everybody who I gave books to, he said, I didn't give him a book. Well, here's what I say. If Tupac would have been given that book, because Tupac was in Atlanta and in Decatur, stay with me, because that's my stomping grounds. I actually have never left this bitch. Stay with me. Atlanta and Decatur is my stomping ground. Zone 6, Zone 3, Zone 4, Zone Audit. This is Summer Hill, West End, Camden Road, Venetian Hill, Tilson Road, Martrell Park, McNair Middle School. I went there, da-da-da-da, woo-woo. I've been all around Decatur and Atlanta. Which people, same shit, basically. If he would have been given Dr. York book, I wouldn't need to be born. You hear me? Tupac with right knowledge, he would have beat them devils. He would have beat them because the NOI wasn't powerful enough. He walked in on the NOI, chest out, telling them motherfuckers, you don't know nothing about what the youth is going through, da-da-da-da-da. Y'all worry about me cussing, da-da-da-da. Look, you can't be more offended about me cussing than what we really got going on, da-da-da-da. He bulked up on the NOI. The NOI didn't have anything for Tupac. He respected what they had going on, but after a while, he realized them motherfuckers was faking. I'm not saying every NOI is fake. I'm saying them motherfuckers was faking. They didn't care nothing about the people. They cared something about their organization. It's a difference. He would have been given right knowledge. He would be doing what I'm doing, but he already had a huge-ass platform. You see what I'm saying? And it would have changed. Because he was saying, I see no changes. You know what I'm saying? Can a brother get a little peace? There's war in the streets and the war in the Middle East. He was speaking on real things. Instead of war on poverty, they got a war on drugs so the police could bother me. And niggas wasn't talking about the shit he was talking about. They tried to destroy him in so many different ways. And what wound up happening was that situation with that lady who put that case on him. Stay with me. When that lady put that case on him, he ended up in prison. And when he ended up in prison, he was trapped, surrounded by devils. It's one thing being able to move out here with these devils, you can bust them in their head. You see what I'm saying? But out here, and when you trapped inside that prison, you surrounded by devils, and your goal is to get out. So the more you bust them up fucking in their head, the longer you be in there. So it's like you really have to mentally shift to such a degree that you either got to choose to be the animal who's damned to jail or hell, or you have to find a way to work Shaitan's system to get out of that bitch. And you know it's Shaitan's system because it's called the pen. Pen is Pan, P-A-N. That's the god or the goat god that these motherfuckers worship in the music industry. That you see the goat, all that. When you see Lil Baby and the other nigga Rallo Rodrigo talking about some, I didn't even know the GOAT mean you the greatest of all time. I told y'all that. Remember they was trying to say the GOAT mean greatest of all time? I said that's not why these niggas saying it. They saying it because that shit lock up to or line up with Baphomet and Pan. You see, that's the motherfuckers that worship Satan. Satan, go look it up biblically. The GOAT is a representative of Satan or satanic being or all his children. Go research what I'm telling you, don't believe me. So anybody talking about they the GOAT, these niggas don't even be knowing what the fuck it mean, but they still be told that this is what we do. We're goats. You see, they are left-handers. They're not right-handers. You read the story, they say, I separate the sheep from the goat. The left hand be the goats and the sheep be on my right hand. Rams from lambs. You separate these beings so you can understand who is who. You see? And put them in their rewarded places or respective areas. These niggas out here still worshiping the goat. Even after they know that. Niggas still out there with big ass goats and goats in the music video, goats on their hand, goats on the ring, goats on the chain, goat, 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 goat. That's the devil. I'm not saying I believe in these folk books and characters. I'm just saying y'all do. And y'all choosing the evil ones. And that don't make sense to me. Anyway, the goat loses. That's retarded. So they got to escape the pen. Look at what I'm saying. So then they sent in one of their devils, Suge Knight, to get him out. Suge Knight grabbed his hand and signed him to death row. Nobody came out to help Tupac. Right? When he was locked up, the people didn't come together to help him. If it's $1 million bond, however the fuck much the bond was, if the people would have came together to bond him out, he wouldn't need to sell his life away or hand over his soul card to a devil just to be able to escape to play the game a little longer. He escaped to play the game a little longer, and he was saying stuff like, man, y'all want me to be an angel in a world full of devils. Nobody helped him. Everybody talked about him. He was a spectacle. They loved seeing him on live. They watched him on TV. They watched him do the interviews. They watched him go to war with these motherfuckers and say, kill Illuminati or fuck Baphomet. They saw him do that, but then they watched him die, and nobody helped him. So he was on death row, suffering from capital punishment. That's why he put himself up on the cross. And said, Machiavelli, Illuminati, blows like a 12-gauge shotty all through your body. He was putting out the messages of what he was up against, fighting the Illuminati, and they trying to take him out. And the bad boys want him dead. You know what I'm saying? Niggas put prices on my head. Now I got 2 Rottweilers by my bed. I don't got 2, I got 1. But it's like niggas put prices on my head, and ain't nobody gonna come out and help him. All right, so how did the story end? The story ends that he gets into it fighting in the den of the devils. Stay with me. After the Mike fight, stay with me. And they come and take his life in the den of the devils. But the people weren't going to help him. You see? And another thing I really don't want to say about the story is a lot of the people believed the allegations that came out against him, for one. So when that happened, a lot of the people who supported him broke off, including a lot of the women. They left him. So he was in hell, fighting by himself. They blow it up now like a legendary story, but the shit wasn't glory when he was going through it. He was in hell, fighting by himself, got out, had to fight, keep fighting, kept fighting, and until they took him out. But the people turned their back on him And he was talking about that. The people turned their back on him, and then he had to fight until he was gone. And then they blew it up like everybody loved Tupac. No, y'all didn't. The industry didn't love Tupac. They feared him. All right? The niggas didn't love Tupac. They were jealous of him. And the women did have love for him at one point in time, or some type of infatuation or lust for him. But then when that shit happened with the lady, a lot of them split away and left him. And he was by himself, fighting amongst the devils. So when you listen to Tupac's music, especially in the latter days of he was telling you what was going on in the music. Because how else are we supposed to express this shit when the realm we coming from, we ain't just no dense beings. Music is the closest thing to what it means to be an angel. That's why the Lucifers and all the rest of them beings known to be music angels and all that. Man, every angel has the ability to song or tone or tune, because we understand frequencies and vibrations and energy and all that. Some simple shit. So you try like, how does nigga know how to make hits and shit? How you do it so easy? Whatever. It's regular stuff. Because all we're doing is commanding reality. Right? Give me an example. So you don't think I'm trying to spookify anything. Everybody thinks something spooky. All right. Let's say, sisters, y'all walk in and you go to your boyfriend or your husband and you want him to give you some money. Right? And you got to call his name. And the nigga name is Terrence. What do you say? You say, Terrence. What do you say? Terrence. You sing it. Or women, you intentionally increase the pitch in your voice to appear more innocent. That means you understand the song of the innocent or the tone of the innocent. And when you do that, it causes for the being who's already filled with testosterone and ready to attack anything at any given time, you cause them to let their guard down just a little bit. Right? Because that being is also programmed not to harm the innocent. So you're basically showing your palms. When you lift your voice up, raise your pitch, Terrence, and then say, what's going on? Da, 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 da. You already raised it. That's music. You see? There's another music that people don't understand is music. It depends on what degree you accessing into that, but it's called crying. And women cry also and sometimes you got to watch this shit because it'll be intentionally done. You don't know what's happening. A woman will cry to cause you to let your guards down. Most of the time it's because you done did some logical shit and they don't have no defense. So it's like they'll cry. And then I was like, oh shit, I got to protect this. Because that's your nature, but they're really manipulating you because they know your nature because they're wiser than us. Anyway, it's not just a single out women. Men do it too. All right? To understand what the song is a power to command reality. So when we get out there, they're not just called MCs for no reason. It's masters of ceremony. Right? Mic controller is one thing. Look at the word, mic controller. But masters of ceremony. When you have ceremonies are for ritual basis. Being able to understand what magic is and what sorcery is and what even divination is or what the power of God is, depending on what you call it, because different people call it different things, whether you're Moses or Pharaoh. It's still being able to access the arts, right? Which is my thing. The arts. I'm one of the guys of art. And we have the ability, or angels of art, and we have the ability to bring that art wherever we go to whatever genre. So whatever genre we touch, we just gonna become it. That's easy because we understand how to replicate frequency and how to perpetuate whatever images need to be put out in tone and frequency and song and visuals or however it is. I'm not the only one. There are many that are like that. The point is, that's the closest language to home, music, which is why I chose to become a rapper at age 5. Why? Because when they took the land Tamarine and I looked up at my Umi, I said, I'm going to fight. I knew I had to find a way to get to a lot of people to make sure that this was put on record, that this happened. So I started to write music. I started writing raps. Then my Umi introduced me to people like Tupac and Eminem, even though I thought that when I learned how to rhyme in kindergarten, me putting these messages out in rhyme, which would be more appealing to people, I created that. I thought I created rap until she showed me Tupac, she showed me Eminem. First thing she showed me Eminem might have been Forgot About Dre. I thought it was a little stupid, but I thought his rhyming ability was advanced. So I said, I'm going to learn how to do that. Then I started taking that route and learned Tupac and the rest of the people. My point being, we become musicians because that's the closest to, it's even in phonetics. Musician, magician. This shit is right next door. Right? Because that's what we are. So Amaleka, or angels, messengers, warriors, whatever you want to call it, we only here for a certain amount of time. So after age 25, I'm on borrowed time anyway, because they try to take most of us out before our initiation begins. All right, I'm not supposed to say this. Because now, no, all right. If I'm not supposed to say this, then something will happen with the live. It'll mess up. Because now I'm going into other territory. Around age 25 is when your initiation begins. Meaning you've already grown into the flesh. Okay? Now you have to be risen up into the ranks of being the angel, half mortal, half angel, or half God, demigod degree before you become a full, complete, and transformed, what they call holy. Holy is whole, meaning complete. You're done. Perfected. Perfect for us our life. You have gone in and proven that the flesh cannot stop the soul from advancing. But you have to become one with the flesh in order for that to be proven. And then on your journey, you'll have certain things you'll be able to bring to people because you're in one world and the other at the same time. That's also referred to as Illa Mutajessida. All right, Illa is like Allah, but Illa, not Allah, I should say, is not Allah, because Allah is supposed to be the one deity that no one else is. All right, the incomparable. All right, the incomparable. All right, so then you have Illa. Illa is like Elo or El. Illa. It's just a different sound that come with it. And that's a God or a deity that is not the one most high or the general or the chief. Stay with me, don't mystify it. You have the sheriff, Allah. Then you have the police officers, Illa or Alihat, plural. Okay? But they're not Allah, they're not the sheriff, they're not the general, they're not the chief. Okay? They're not what's referred to as Elyon or the Most High. Okay? But that doesn't mean they're not El. Okay? Or Elo or Elihat or Elion or Elohim. They're just not the Most High God. So now that you took the spiritualism out of it, do you get it? There's a general and there's a chief. That's Michael. All right? Or Michael being God or like God, he will be the one that's associated with whoever the chief will be that you don't know about. So you'll only have the representative, which is Michael. But that is God. Michael will be the most high over all the angels. So you have Michael and his angels. Then Satan is the most high over all his angels. So Revelation chapter 12, they're speaking about Revelation chapter 12, verse 7 through 9. They're speaking about Michael and his angels and Satan and his angels. Okay? Or the opposition. You could say Michael and Tanin, really, because it's a dragon. So you have Tanin and you have Michael. It's not even Michael, it's Michael. Okay? Michael versus Tanin. And Tanin, the dragon, is representative of all of the disagreeable evil beings who come with him and himself, which is the leader. So he's the most high, or the God of their world, or this world that you live in, society. Okay? The capital being Americas. You with me? All right. That's why all the 5-pointed stars is on the flag. The 5-pointed stars are pentagrams. Okay? In that box, okay, those are their parameters of their world. The God of this world is Hasatan. Anybody that supports that in those frequencies, they're the soldiers of the devil. Stay with me. So you have to look at the heavenlies or the celestials as stars symbolically in order to understand what stars or celebrities are. Celestials, celebrities. Stars, stars. Walk of Fame, Hollywood. They put the star there to show you this is our star. Anytime somebody get their name on the Walk of Fame, they say, this star belongs to us. They've done enough works that we can show and prove that this God was putting our messages out. Now, if you put the messages of Shaitan out into the world, and the word angel means messenger, angelos, then that means you are an angel of the devil. It's not mystical. It just means you don't fucking know the language. Once you know it or understand about it, then you'll say, okay, wait a minute. Angel of darkness. You're going to be a messenger of darkness, depending on what the darkness would mean. If darkness is confusion or darkness is utter unknown or mystery. It depends. So all of the drill rappers started to call themselves demons at one point in time, correct? They literally started saying it. And they said they were on demon time. You don't remember. I do. And when we saw that, we said all of them have to go. We don't care how it happens. So this is what you may not understand, so I'm going to explain it. You have angel, flesh, man, myself. I eat, sleep, drink, just like you eat, sleep, drink. You don't have to call me no angel. I don't need that. It won't matter, will it? Check this out. Then you have legions, the unseen angels or jinns. You do not know where they are, who they are, how they operate. They move behind the veil like Harry Potter in the invisibility cloak, except they're not even in the reality. They're tethered between what you say is reality and what isn't reality, like the programmer of a computer game. The programmer is in the computer game, as in his code is present, but he physically isn't there. All right, don't mystify it. Go watch the Hunger Games movie. I can't remember which one it is, so I'm sorry to have to see you to watch all of them. But there was a Hunger Games movie where they were able to do that. They were able to program some beasts, and the beasts just generated themselves. Y'all remember that? And start chasing after motherfuckers. They'll show you that in the movie, right? What make you think God doesn't have the ability to do that? We do. So that means that those are the legions, and they'll be programmers, or the legion will be a program, meaning somebody typed them up and sent them. So angels can do that because angels are programmers. We have the ability to type up a program and just send it. You call it curses. We don't call it curses. Or we might, depending on how we feel. But we'll say, we'll send out our legion. All right. Before you think that that means something demonic, you need to research in the scripture. Jesus, or the biblical scriptures to be specific, Jesus was speaking about legion. He said, yo, I can have 12 legion pull up right now. Don't worry about it. I'm good. Right? Legion is also a word to be a representative of a pack of angels. Okay? So all this you have to know in order to start having a conversation of what's really going on. Omari, what are you really telling us right now? All right. Dr. York referred to himself as the angel Michael. He also referred to himself as Marduk, okay, or Murdoch. Marduk. Marduk is a warrior, okay? You have warriors, then you have these guys. Right? You got these guys right here. They sound off when it's time to do stuff. They don't really look like this. They don't have wings and stuff. All right. The trumpet that you hear most of the time is the button being pressed or the horn being blown on the ship. That's another conversation. That's why you don't hear no trumpets, because niggas it ain't time to do shit yet. But when you do, that's a war call. Something gonna happen to your planet, not just no little situation. All right, cool. Michael, or Michael, is the chief of the angels. So what he says goes. All right. We don't have a Michael on this planet right now, other than Dr. York, because no one has reached the ranks. Yet he did. The same way we didn't have no Melchizedek on the planet until Dr. York, because no one reached the ranks. He did. We didn't have a Marduk on the planet. No one reached the ranks. Marduk isn't a name. Michael isn't a name. Melchizedek isn't a name. It's a rank. Two more times. Michael isn't a name. Marduk isn't a name. Melchizedek isn't a name. It is a rank. And when you reach that rank, you're in a seat. But you can only be in that seat if you're actually in that seat. A lot of people think they can finesse their way into a seat by just saying they're in it. No. That's why the Nubians and Sabaeans are still looking for Horus. They still looking for Har or Harar, Horus, and I asked them every time, I say, have you found him yet? Because in 2002, Malachi put the picture of Harar or Horus on the front of the CD cover. May 8, 2002 was the time they raided the land. I think the class was May 5th, 2002. So that was the final class, the last class. You with me? And it's called Prepare for the Arrival of Christ. Are y'all hearing me? So I asked them, say, well, who's Horus? Who would be Harar right now? They never can just answer it clearly. Because, well, it's all of us. All right, well, we got to look at what Harar would be doing. Who's in the Harar seat? I'll answer it. Phase 1 is in the Harar seat. Duh. It's like, they don't ever want to say that shit. I done tried to ask them for just 2 years. Like, they're not going to acknowledge it. But that don't mean I want to be Horus, because they believe still in images and people and stuff like that. Somebody with a beak on their face. They don't understand. We talk about a bird school. We talk about a rank. Who's in it? Who can organize men? Because in order for you to have certain rank, you got to be able to do like this. Who can do that? No, not using his power. Where's your own? Don't say Baba said to make niggas move. Who can you make move without you saying Baba said? Who can you make move or cause to be in action to join forces on tasks? Who can you organize or put together without having to use Dr. York? You see what I'm saying? Because you got your own personal intentions of doing something, but you don't have your own voice box to say that. Ain't none of that happening. How do you know that? Because Dr. York said it. He sent out a letter saying, let my words be known, said, these niggas ain't moved nowhere in 25 years. Say with me. They didn't go anywhere in 25 years. That's what he said. Okay, I mean, they had time, correct? All right, do we have time if the end of the hour is 2030, okay? In accordance to the hour beginning in 1970, and every year was a minute. That means the first 30 minutes would have been the year 2000. The second 30 minutes would have been the year 2030. If the end of the hour is 2030, do we have time for someone else to be born to become Harar? No, because that means Harar would be born right now, and Harar will be 4 years old and have to lead the lost people at 4 and get people out of hell at 4 and show people the sinner at 4. Y'all don't listen to the 4-year-olds now. It's just not going to magically happen. Because I was 4 and you didn't listen to me when I said I want to help. So I grew up. And what does growing up mean in the mystics? It means I gained degrees and rank. Rank, 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 rank. And I kept ranking up. And the more I ranked up, I said, there's more to go. Then I watched people reach a level and think that that's it. And then they didn't go nowhere after that. So that's not it. You just keep going. You never stop ranking up. And the closer I got, the more I got, the more my work started reaching up to the general or the chief. And people start sending in on my behalf. Say, yo, this is brother named Phase 1, stay with me. So when they sent in on my behalf, which was 2024, Malachi spoke light and life and positively over a certain specific artist that's out there. That even though they might deny him, he certainly didn't deny them. And he was like, oh yeah, he's out there, he's reaching people out. Well, he didn't say it to that, but he said, yeah, you got another one who did the video, right? The video where Mike Epps was walking in the lobby. And when Mike Epps walked in the lobby, he had a big ass teddy bear in his hand. Some of y'all might remember this. And when he walked up to the stand, there was an elder man behind the stand. Man behind the stand, yeah, man. Wearing a white suit, interestingly enough. And he was an elder, interestingly enough. And he was holding a cassette tape, interestingly enough. And he said he was trying to get it open, interestingly enough. And the cassette tape had the word Issa on it, interestingly enough. And Issa was supposed to be the name of the album, interestingly enough. And Mike Epps was like, oh, they still do cassette tapes, interestingly enough. After saying the words triple OG, triple OG, triple O, interestingly enough. Okay, he was like, yeah, I'm trying to get this open. They still do cassette tapes. Cassette tapes say Issa, interestingly enough. All right, then Mike Epps signs in. Mike Epps signs in. And when he signs in, he said, all right, Pops, go watch it. Matter of fact, we got the internet, don't we? I'm just showing you something so that you can understand what's going on and you can know why it's going on and why we about to move in the way in which we're going to have to move. Because the war is still happening. These niggas think I'm green. I don't know why they always do that. But that's what they do. Atlanta. All right. So the video takes place in Atlanta. Let me see if I can do this real quick. Hold on. So the video takes place in Atlanta. You probably ain't gonna be able to hear all that because I got the microphone hooked up. But I'm gonna show you the video.
Chicken wings, cigarettes, 12, booty clubs, boy style. Hell, the Red Dog Police, Atlanta. Hey, what the? See, that's what I'm talking about. Atlanta. ATL. It's hot, y'all. Look. Hey, triple OG, OG, triple OG.
Triple OG, triple OG, OG, triple OG. Now, who is that sitting behind this counter with all these security cameras? Y'all tell me. Who is this? Stay with me.
Hey, triple OG, OG, triple OG. I'm sorry.
Who that? Who that supposed to be right here? I'll tell you. That's Dr. York. All right, let's go.
I was trying to get this cassette.
He said, I was trying to get this Issa cassette open.
Yes, I don't know who this person is.
I don't know who this person is. Stay with me.
My grandson sent it.
My grandson sent it to me. Look.
Oh, your grandson sent you this. Damn, they still doing cassette tapes?
Damn, they still doing cassette tapes. 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 Damn, they still doing cassette. Thought Nubian, Ansar Islam, Imam Isa. Damn, they still doing Imam Isa. Newcomers class. 1081 class. You see that? Imam Isa. Damn, they still doing cassette tapes. Imam Isa. Into the Cosmos. Thought Nubian. Thought Nubian. Damn, they still doing cassette tapes. Damn, they still doing cassette tapes. Surah Ma'un. Abdul Basit recites. Imam Isa. Newcomers class. Imam Isa. Damn, they still doing cassette tapes. Damn, they still doing cassette tapes. Damn, they still doing cassette tapes. They still doing cassette tapes.
Yeah, they still doing cassette tapes. Doing cassette tapes, yeah. They sent me this beatbox. They still listening to cassette tapes.
They still listening to cassette tapes.
Let me go outside and I just signed it. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. iPops.
iPops. Let's do it again.
I just signed it. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. iPops.
All right, Pops. All right, let me show you my degree. So the nigga said, all right, Pops. Remember I told y'all on Young Elder's show, I said, nigga, the Issa thing is Dr. York's name. Remember I said that? Remember I did 21 Savage Exposed.
Hey, can you break this down for me?
The first step for using the quadratic formula is to calculate the discriminant.
Oh.
And this was when? 2 years ago, 2024. Right?
They don't want you to know about it.
They don't want you to know about it.
Did you know you might get a big cash payout if you were in a car accident up to 1 year ago, even if you weren't driving?
They go, yo,
Look here, you don't want to miss. Look here, you don't want to miss it.
It's the name 21 Savage. What is the alphabetical code behind?
Damn, not blood. Not blood like the gang. They not bloodline. They're not one of the angels. They're not coming from an angelic background. won't even know why they here. You hear me? Other than that, 21 my brother. The other niggas, I don't know them.
You ever take consideration for the pain you caused to this day? A whole generation destroyed Dion. You weren't the only one. Yeah, you know it, red, wrong, red, hot blood money, red devil, dead level, they ain't got nothing from me. You came from the same place I came from, not Atlanta. Tom Ray, talking about back when we were young. You don't remember them days screaming freed out New York? What you talking about? You ain't had to leap out the port from the UK to Georgia. You stood on that land. We played on the beach, you remember the sand. The government took it when they came for pops. He told us they would come one day, but don't stop. So how you end up on the side of the ark? You killing and drilling, it's not what we talk. Your mama was right there with X on the law. Lord, they used to stand on the block, they ain't just stand, they would walk with them scrolls and them pamphlets, handing them out. You the prime example of what happened when they took the master and scattered us. Folks talking about we was abused without asking us. Yes, they don't care how they screwed and he battered us. So I get it, you probably were broken or confused and thought it was hopeless. All these rumors, they called us a cult. But your biological father should know that it wasn't about no race or no hate, it was different. Cause nobody went in their race with racism. We treated people with respect, handle business. I know for sure that Dr. Ansel will witness. Heaven, I know if you could just revisit them days when we walked on the bridge over Vision with Chuck Douglas cooking up in the kitchen, the children laughing, running free with no issue. You fall on your face and you cry like an infant. Can't ever tell me you forgot about the instant. You knew it was time to come down to the stakes. Truthfully, I don't remember your face, but I swear that I remember playing with Shayla. I do. And this ain't no dream, I was there. Facts. What happened to you after 12? How did you collaborate with the beast leading people to hell? And will you ever take consideration for the pain you caused to this day? A whole generation destroyed Dion. You weren't the only one. Yeah, I heard about your brother. I'm sorry to hear. Came up from the rap and you found a career. Red hot till my partners was drillers. I was 15 when that dropped on our village. You and Thugger had the hood on the business. And that really hurt us. City need healing. You spoke out on flex situation. They hit you and honestly, I don't go with how they did you. You know I don't get though when you get you an influential position and use it to make people think about the shit they've been moving instead of pushing more corruption and illusion. Yeah, real street nigga, you ain't flaunt. So you don't want to say you said amongst the monks. I'm moving the new, I'm moving. The monks, I'm moving the new, I'm moving naughty the tones. I say rubber band, I'm also a general, post soldier. I don't pose no soldier, I'm holding that line. So of course I'm aware it's a war in these streets, but a ceasefire, just a quote in the line. Who the why, but OG who know that it's time. Look over your shoulder, the road is behind you. Skulls on the ground, there's so many dying. All you know is murder. You know that you lying. You know that divinely your soul is inclined. Come home, chef, grab hold of that vine and don't let it go this time. Behold the signs, you already know it's time. Align. And will you ever take consideration for the pain you caused to this day? A whole generation destroyed Dion. You weren't the only one.
I came inside and I looked at everybody and I said, everybody calm down. We're under siege. I'm a pretty jovial person, so people are like, oh, what are you talking about, Robbie? You know, blah, blah. And it's like, no, really? They're men with guns and we are under siege. Please, everyone stay calm.
See, they say what? It's not over. You see it say that, right? It's not over. That's all this is. That's all this is. So, you know what I'm saying? Niggas can feel how they want to feel. Niggas can do what they want to do. I'm going to do what I do. But I ain't backing down. So, I just want y'all to know that. Just so y'all can understand. For all my people who listening. You know what I mean? If shit get crazy, I want to tell y'all like in a way that you can understand. If you get crazy, I'm going to tell y'all, just for y'all. my people, meaning like for people who, because this will be recorded in time, people gonna watch these one day. I gotta put myself back in like being a child to say what I'm about to say. It's very rare that you have someone who intentionally stands on something from age 5 to age 27. That man or woman is in a different type of headspace. Their mental capacity is skewed. It's abnormal. Because their focus is unlimited and it's strict. So when that type of being touches the light, they're very light. When they choose positivity, they're very positive. When they choose divine love, they really mean that. When they're upset, they're really upset. When they choose darkness, they get really dark. The pendulum swings. And because they understand themselves so much or comprehend what it means to be them, they know their purpose. And so, when you're dealing with someone like that, which is myself, just understand, I don't want it another way. I don't want friends. I don't want the industry to support me. I don't want to be held in high regard by you bitch niggas. I'd rather fight tooth and nail about this shit. I'd rather, because that's the principle that I get. The audacity that I had to say I was going to change some shit, and I did. I did. I go back and look at myself from a young man, and I could tell myself, bro, we did it. Man, we said we're going to do this. We did it, bro. We here. Now we in the conversation because we fought our way into the conversation, nigga. We in it. Now you don't have to try to find a way to get the voice, nigga. You got the voice. Now all we got to do is go all the way with this shit. Because this is where a lot of niggas get scared. That ain't even in my code. I'm just saying, just for formalities. A lot of people get scared when they get here and they cross over and start doing nice things to play with everybody. No, if my voice won't get me ousted and isolated, let it keep happening because that worked for me. If these folk gonna keep having a problem with what we got going on, let it be that. I'll tell you like this. They done had a problem with me since like 2015. Outwardly, they done had a problem with me talking about taking me out all that since 2018. I'm still here. I'm still here. God must want me here for something. They didn't take me out at 25 this time. God must want me here for something. Maybe I'm not finished. Maybe there's some more things that need to happen to me, for me, by me, for people to get what I'm here for. But I'm in the limelight for a reason. It's not nothing small. So we ain't bowing out, y'all. It's not over. This is a war. And they wanted to be that it ends with Dr. York. And that's it. And then it's like nobody knows what's here for us to be able to access. But I know it. So I want to bring it to the world. That means that I join conversations, niggas weren't even talking to me. You had to put myself in the conversation. Because you ain't going to overtalk me. And you're not going to outtalk me. So niggas start talking about celebrities, and I start bringing myself up. Literally and metaphorically and figuratively. I start bringing myself up. Niggas say, yeah, man, we got celebrities. I say, yeah, I'm a celebrity. I had like 20,000 followers. Call it manifestation. But it worked. And I kept bringing myself up and bringing myself up. When they talk about people making change, I brought myself up. When they talk about people who had the ability to make things happen, I brought myself up. When they talk about our ability to reach the masses, I brought myself up. They kept overlooking me. I said, anybody else? I said, okay. I didn't allow that to make it be that I pulled myself down. I kept seeing myself in this regard. That's my advice to anybody that feels the same or has the same type of mission. You probably don't know a lot of people, if you know any, that have decided to stick with something for 22 years from a 5-year-old. But this is who you're talking to. This is who you're dealing with. So they done shot my house up. Niggas done pulled up ski masks, guns out the window. I'd have been shot at. All kinds of shit. I ain't been shot. But, you know what I'm saying? Got into some shit, whoop de whoop, and I'm still here. I make videos, speak about it, let people know what's going on. Niggas say you capping, whoop de whoop. I'm still here. They got all kind of notion around. Y'all know how these niggas get down. So if you know how niggas get down, what make you think you gonna be able to just keep speaking on the thugs and all these niggas and nobody ain't saying shit, even if thug didn't say nothing? It's niggas who out their motherfucking mind who be looking at these niggas like guys. It gonna be some motion around your name. I'm still here. I never bowed out. And never bowed down. They been telling me, watch my mouth, stop talking. He put my name in the song, no, we don't care, but we gotta go get him. They didn't come get me. I'm still here. You're not going to spook me out of this shit, nigga. I'm ready to go. We can do it the spiritual way, the physical way, however. My message is still the same. Let the truth be out. Any questions? That's what I want. I want the truth to be out about all things, anything, everything. Let Dr. Malachi York's name be cleared. Since we got all this evidence to show that he's innocent, let's clear the name. That way people can look more into what he did and get past them accusations. And maybe that'll cause niggas to actually be able to do shit other than just run for president as a conscious independent. Billy Carson's running for president. Billy Carson, nigga. Nigga, Billy Carson's running for president. Y'all gonna vote? Nigga, Billy Carson's running for president. We got Billy Carson for president. 4 GTS. We got the conscious independent. All right, I don't know what dude that who supposed to come here and tell me that Nature Boy was the Christ. But maybe we're supposed to get on live to get this shit on record. All right? So just to be clear, I'm not the type to incite no violence. So I'm just putting shit on record so that it can be recorded. Because I'm just putting shit on record so it'll already be on record. For y'all, especially. Those who are going to be looking at the story, telling the story, all this shit recorded like how Tupac did his interviews and all that. It's really all we have to tell our story, the part of it that people don't get to hear. I'm not the type to incite no violence. But I have decided that I choose not to go out with anything less than a bang. That's my right. I have the right to choose that. So let's play. Tell them if it's a problem, if it's smoke, all right, bring it on. Then I'm gonna get. But that's why I say they whispering it. They whispered it. Don't whisper it so we can get the folks involved. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and nip this shit in the bud. But don't whisper it. If it's supposed, because if you're gonna send the threats and all that, do that shit out loud. I ain't even saying on the internet. If it's smoke, let it be smoke. Let it be known. Don't do all the whispering shit. Because then the threat is higher then. Other than that, I'm just here to do what I'm here to do. I feel like y'all watching another one of those stories, though, where not that it has a tragic ending, it's just that maybe people don't overstand till some shit go down. I think that's another one of these stories. I don't know how to explain it. Anyway, I will be at Stone Mountain on June 26th at 3 p.m. You might want to get there a little earlier, because if I say I'm going to be at Stone Mountain, and what I really should say is I'm going to be at the peak of Stone Mountain. On top of it, I'll be on top of the mountain. So you might want to get there a little early so you can walk up there. Either walk up there with me or travel up there with me, however you get, or at least you'll be able to be there in time for when it begins. 3 p.m. Don't be late. Now, I've never said where I was going to be, never gave out my location, never said I was going to be here at this point in time, so you know it's real. This is real, but this is other level, so I just want to let you know because certain things are going to be happening before that date, and you're going to see it blowing up in the algorithm. I'll point it out to you so you'll know. Now they got this Supergirl movie coming out on June 26th. So 6/26/26. They put Supergirl there. It's so interesting. I might look at what they're saying in the trailer. Yeah, Atlanta. Stone Mountain, Georgia. Stone Mountain. June 26th. I ain't announced it yet. When I announce it, it'll be on my page. I mean, this is an announcement, of course. But I'm going to go on my page and let everybody know. You know these folks finna come out. You know everybody finna be coming from all over the place. Phase 1 is going to be somewhere. They don't ever be nowhere. Well, this is all a part of it. So, in order for there to be a departure, there must be a presence. You see? I gotta be there. It'll be y'all job to understand what's happening, what's moving. Now, there might be people that don't want me to be there and people that got upset with me or problems. You still got to get up the mountain. So by the time you get up the mountain, you probably ain't going to have no problem no more. Unless you ain't never walked Stone Mountain. You don't know what Stone Mountain is. So you're going to have an issue with a nigga on top of a mountain. You don't get it. You won't get it until it's over. It's not over yet. The game ain't over. The show ain't over. Look at the irony of what I'm saying. You got to be upset, mad, angry, all the way up a mountain. And there's no, you're not trolleying up the mountain. You're either going up them steps or you're going up that journey. It's going to take about an hour, some of y'all 2 hours, because you're out of shape. A lot of y'all shooters is out of shape, by the way. So by the time you get up the mountain, we're going to know is you. And the perimeter is going to be able to see you. So you'll be neutralized before you get within 90 feet of me. I'm just telling you how it go. Because we will have security. But it ain't going to be the security you think. And it ain't going to be the security you see. All right. But ask some niggas who done seen us in person. That's just a few niggas that move. You don't know about the snipers. You don't know about none of that. But I do because this is my thing. I have to know about it. So you got to go up a mountain. So I'm going to go get this nigga. That energy lasts about 3 minutes. Get this nigga. I promise you. Get this nigga. We're going to get him. All that shit he was talking. How far we paying? Yeah, I'm like 40 feet. Fuck. Gonna get this nigga, get this nigga. Then the incline, nigga. By the time you get to the incline, you're gonna have brothers there like, excuse you, good? You straight? You good? You have 7 brothers on you. Yo, you good? Yo, what's that? Yo, hold on. You ever got drawn down on when you tired walking up a mountain? I'm gonna show you bitches something. You ever got drew down on walking up a mountain tired? Yeah, this ain't your average. See, it ain't gonna be at the park where you just drive by. You ain't gonna make it out. Either way it go, you ain't making it out. And I'm bringing in all favors because I ain't called it in yet. I got about 3 from each. I'm bringing in all favors. Hey, I need that one. 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 Everybody. Nigga, you gonna get drew down on before you even reach. And then, if somehow you make it through all them motherfuckers, you got to deal with the perimeter that's parking lot floating, all that, and everything on the car. So I'm just telling you how it's going to go. Because we in it now. This is real. This ain't training. Tell you how this shit going to go. All right, any questions? Stone Mountain, June 26th, 3 p.m. though. You don't want to be late. But it begins at 3 p.m. You'll see. I don't think nobody gonna be that damn stupid. And look, some of them might be, but I don't think they're gonna be stupid enough, meaning you ain't gonna be able to make it. Yeah, anybody ever walked up Stone Mountain? Anytime you walk up Stone Mountain, it's the same situation every time. It's never as, like, it's always steeper than you think. You ever walked up a mountain? It ain't a hike. Nigga, Stone Mountain gets steep than a bitch. Yeah, your ass gonna be tired. You ain't running, so perimeter gonna be able to see, because with perimeter position in different areas around the mountain, perimeter gonna be able to see anything you come with. Everything gonna be sent back to the top. Hey, some niggas out here right now that look like such and such that you showed us in the files. Yeah, okay, cool. This is what we about to do. And look, hopefully it ain't no issue, because it'll be neutralization. Hopefully it ain't no issue. Just watch and pay attention. Civilians, people, don't worry. It won't be a dangerous situation. But if you're afraid, I don't blame you. Because this was Malcolm X, right? This was Malcolm X's last speech. Now, in Malcolm X's last speech, the wife, according to what the story was saying, was telling him, yo, you sure you want to go out here? Da, 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 da. And Malcolm X was like, I want to go out here. Da, da, da. And then they got up on him. But they was able to run out the building and all of that. A little bit, because they got some of them niggas. But they was able to run about the building and all that. That's a building. This is a mountain. You're going to witness something on June 26th that the world will never forget. Just remember, though, because even though I said it ain't going to be, well, I think I might have said, I might have somebody live stream it. You're going to witness something that the world will never forget. Remember, though, that I told you what I was here to do. What if we can't get there because we live far? You don't want to go. You don't want to go. Ain't nowhere too far unless you don't want to make it. I'd say like this. You want to be in Atlanta on June 26th. If it's too far, it's too far. It don't cost you nothing. I'm not selling tickets. If you can't get there, you can't get there. It's fine. Try to catch it on live or whatever. You want to be in Atlanta on June 26th because something big is coming to the city on June 26th. You want to be in Atlanta. That's all I'm saying. Have I missed? Have I missed? All right. Any other questions? Dance until we're home. Coming from North Carolina, I'll see you. Billy Carson's running for president, by the way. Billy Carson is running for president as the country's independent. It's just fucking money, bro. It's just money, bro. You can't see this stupid shit. Somebody gave him this idea. You're like, that'll be a genius. That'd be genius. And I'll just throw the Anunnaki in there and they'll just buy it. And it's like, fuck. I'll tell them I'm going to expose it. Nigga, Billy Carson is running for president. Oh, by the way, just in case I didn't tell you, nigga, Billy Carson, Alien Man, is running for president. The nigga who just talks about Anunnaki. I want to ask y'all, what y'all think his policy is going to be? Do he look like a president you can trust? Do this look like a president you can trust? You look like he dyed his underbeard. Why do you dye your underbeard? Is that Sharpie? Do this look like a president? That's not Sharpie? That's not Sharpie. I know Sharpie. There's Sharpie up under his lip. He drew the underbeard. This nigga looks sleepy and excited. He don't? You don't tell me he don't. I know it looks all right. He looks sleepy and excited. You know, like when you get up from school for the first day, he looks sleepy and excited. This nigga running for president, niggas putting prices on my head. It's like, how exciting can 2026 get? Let these niggas tell it, I won't even live to see this nigga fucking elected. That's not fair. Who would want to miss that? It's not fair, bro. They don't really let you just log off. Like, there's ways to log off, but I don't support it. It's like you really gotta endure this shit, bro. Like you really have to endure to the end. Like niggas is doing everything. He's just doing everything, bro. I promise you, 19 Keys is going to get into fashion. He's going to get into fashion. Then he gonna know what's happening. First you're gonna see a few t-shirts, then you like, what's happening? He's gonna have a brand of nail polish. He's gonna model it. I mean, everything you think. Ice's wisdom is actually gonna have wisdom, nigga. It's gonna happen. Things will happen. Mark my prophecies. It's real. Rod Hayes is gonna become a bodybuilder, but y'all didn't even know that. You didn't know that. You didn't know that. Rod Hayes is gonna become a bodybuilder, nigga. It's like, and y'all gonna be waiting on him to teach. He ain't gonna be teaching no more. He's gonna be telling you how many reps to do. He's gonna sell creatine. I know how this is going to go. Because, you know, when they do the little thing, when they go across the screen, say, such and such became a such and such. And da-da-da-da. Bro, Billy Carson went on to run for president. No fucking way. And Billy Carson went on to run for president. This ain't no 2000 movie. Well, yes, it is. Y'all remember the early 2000 movies. Stop playing with me, man. Young Pharaoh went on to become a wrestler. Because that's the only thing I can see this nigga doing successfully now. Just wrestling. You got the eye tattoo. You say the off the wall shit, spiders. It's like it matches. Billy Carson went on to run for president. Young Pharaoh went on to become a world-class wrestler. Nature Boy opened up a strip club on an island. And I was like, that makes sense. He always wanted to do that. He always wanted to do that. Rashad Jamal became a 7th grade school teacher in Canada. He don't, because there's nothing for him. He can't. That's the only 7th grade school teacher in Canada. And he grows fruit in his spare time. Y'all understand? The internet gonna end, bro. These niggas something's gonna happen. They're gonna do stuff. So they have to go on and do stuff. You know what I mean? Umar Johnson became a firefighter. If anybody was gonna become a firefighter, you know it'd be Umar Johnson. Fighter, you know it'd be Umar Johnson. So he must. It's imperative. Umar Johnson became a firefighter. And he started fighting fires to save little black boys. Only, but that's the only ones he saves. Like when they give him a call, he find out, he's gonna ask, who is in the fire? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, brother, I asked you a question. What is the gender? There are 2 genders. There are 2 genders. There are 2 genders. Which one? Little girl, I can't help it. I can't help it. Bless the little girl. Bless the little girl. Bless the little girl. He only helps little black boys. Fires. Billy Carson's running for president, nigga. I was for you at first. Now I'm questioning your motive. Please reassure me you're not a sellout. No, I'm not doing that. Why would I do that? Why would I reassure you that I'm not a sellout? Why would I do that? Well, all you have to do is pay attention to find out whether or not somebody's a sellout. Why would you ask me to do it? Why would you ask me to do that? All right, I got you. I'm gonna run for president. You see the irony here? I am for the people. I'm not with this government, the system, any of that. So I'm gonna run for president. We have to have our own culture. We need our own stuff. So I'm gonna throw on a suit. I'm gonna stand with the American flag for y'all, for us. It's for us. You seeing what's happening there? But I'm not, and I can't reassure you. I'm sitting here in the thong, ancient garb, nigga. I don't want to assure you. Leave. Leave. I'm not for the people. Believe whatever you want to believe at this point. Change my mind. I don't want to change your mind. What are you doing? Why are you? The irony, right? What the fuck would the Anunnaki think, Billy? You're gonna disappoint Anu and them, nigga. The fuck is you doing? Wait till Inky find out about this shit. Then we find out Inky is here. And Inky voted. What the fuck is going on? Inky y'all remember Inky the squinting our ass, Inky the light skin, Inky with all the white, always going to the cleaner ass, Inky always being carried by niggas and shit. Get down. Get your ass down. They're carrying me. We see that. Nigga, where's your ship? You gotta waste these niggas' shoulders. Find out Inky voted. He's campaign manager and shit. Nobody doing nothing that they're supposed to be doing. Billy Carson. It sounds like a president. He might get in office. It sounds like a president. But nobody gonna call him an Asian in the office. So we finally got somebody that's for us. Well, who? Us in this room? Who is us? Nigga, what the fuck does that mean? Just people. No politics, just people. Politicians is people. What the fuck is going on? Together we can. Nigga, you just fucking finessed and stole Obama whole flow, nigga. We already a nigga already told us we could. We couldn't though. But we couldn't. Yes, we can. No, the fuck we can't. Because Obama already. Now he said together we can. What? Nigga, when you say we, that means together. I don't. When you say we, that means together. So like, you're just saying we can. You gotta be Obama cousin there. Fuck it. Ain't no way, bro. No politics. Just people. Real solutions. Together we can. This don't look like every commercial between your favorite show. Have you been interested in it? Who said that? He don't look like he'll get you a good deal. You might be entitled to compensation. He don't look like you'll entitle your ass to some compensation like a motherfucker. That's what we need, Billy. We need compensation entitlement. We don't need Obama 2.0. We really don't. We don't. Shit, we need Yaki for president. That'll solve the water problem because nobody will drink it. Then we can have all the water we need for AI, and then we'll be a first-class civilization by November. That's what we need. If you are a loved one, doesn't he look like he asking you about yourself or a loved one? Y'all gonna make it seem like I'm crazy. But this nigga asking you, have you or a loved one? They stand just like that too, don't they? Right there on that same side of the screen. On that same side. It's never in the middle. At least stand in the middle. Have you or a loved one? Just a loved one, not like loved ones. There's always one motherfucker that might be going through this shit. Have you or a loved one? Nigga, we got Billy Carson running for president. You know what I'm saying? All right, I guess. I'm Billy Carson? Yes, you are. Because I believe that if a nigga said that shit, right? Like, he come on a commercial and say that shit. I'm Billy Carson, and I approve this message. You do. You supposed to approve it. My dad wasn't supposed to run for president. That nigga's name was President R19 Body. I'm President R19 Body. It don't sound like you supposed to approve the message, and I approve the message. No, you don't. It don't sound like that. I'm Frederick Body. No, it don't work. I'm Billy Carson. You approve it. You approve the message, don't you? And I approve this message. I knew it. Nigga, we got Billy Carson running for president before we got to school. Umar Johnson. All right, y'all make sure y'all go out and vote. He says he's the conscious independent. I'm explaining. Oh, I didn't even read this shit. I'm gonna read this shit. Let's see what he's talking about. Oh, I probably can't read it because I didn't take the picture the right way. I'm exploring this path because something our country deserves leaders such and such that puts people over politicians and solutions over divisions. I'm exploring this path. This nigga think it's a TikTok video. Bro, do you realize you talking about the whole fucking country being ran? Nigga said, I'm exploring this path. Like when a female break up with somebody and just go into whatever era she claimed, I'm just exploring this path. You finna fuck some shit up, ain't you? Hey, do that ever end well? I'm just exploring this path. You finna do some house shit. That just sound like a nigga finna do some house shit. I'm just exploring this path. Every time you say that shit, it just sounds worse and worse, don't it? He breaking up with conscious communities. I'm just broadening my horizons, you know. I want to be free, you know. I just want to experience and just go and just hoe. You just want to hoe. You finna fuck some shit up. You finna do some shit, then switch countries and change your face because you don't ever let no nigga run the country. Somebody, I'm exploring this path. Nigga, you're not deciding whether or not you want to work at FedEx. It's like, well, I'm just exploring this path. That's the wrong. Why is your resume on your campaign flyer? What the fuck? I just thought about that. Why is your resume here? You don't put that. He had the wrong template. It said insert resume. I am considering. Why are you doing that? You don't do that, bro. I'm thinking about it. Bro, you better have your mind made up when you think about running. Talking about you running for somebody. You want to run the country? It's an option. I'm either going to go into presidency. Go into presidency. You don't go into presidency. Nigga, you don't go into presidency. I was thinking presidency or agriculture. It's one of the two. I'm exploring presidency. Nigga, we are not on the golf course. That's some shit you say on the golf course. when you weighing options, I'm exploring my path stuff. I'd love to hear your thoughts. This is just the beginning. Obviously it's the beginning because you need PR. Further down the line, somebody need to go over your shit you saying, Nick. He got shit at the top. What did shit say? Something, faith? Nah, or what? A new path, real leadership, a better future. Bro, what?